like, oh yes, like we finally got beaten. It was getting a bit boring after a while.
Crazy. I can't imagine that. Hello and welcome to Scrum Believable, our Quilter Nation series preview show that's as accurate as a line out in a hurricane. Joining me today, we have New Zealand fan based in London, Manawa.
Hello.
And we have Kooks, fresh off the plane, literally this morning from South Africa. So guys, first of all, welcome to Scrum Believable.
Oh, it's great to be here. I think Manawa has had a shorter journey to get here than I did.
Yeah, I only had 20 minutes on the line bike, so nice and
And you were
easy.
still blooming late, Manawa.
And I'm still bloody late, sorry about that.
No, I survived the airplane, but the tubes get me every time. It gets me every time. But yeah, it's nice to be here. Good flight, good food on the plane, most importantly, and good sleep. And yeah, ready to talk some rugby.
Oh, well, I tell you what, before we get into the rugby, what we're going to do is we're going to talk about our Scrum Believable moment of the week. And I think we've got the right man for the job because you were there on the weekend. But we're going to take it to the Principality Stadium for what I think was one of the most dramatic HAKAs I think I have ever seen.
Yeah. No, it was amazing. It was good to be a part of.
There we go, there it is. I'm sorry, but that's petrifying.
Yeah, it was amazing to be a part of because the week beforehand, I feel like the English didn't really respect the haka. So it was nice to have those moments where it was absolutely dead silent and you could really hear it within the crowd. It was amazing to be a part of, yeah. They came back a little bit towards the end. You could sort of hear that bit of chat and stuff, but it was really cool, the atmosphere to be a part of that one. Yeah, amazing seeing it like that. Yeah.
And the spotlight is amazing.
Yeah.
I think last year against France, as well, they had with the spotlight. I think the spotlight makes it so much better. And I'm the same as you. I do like it when you can hear it. And I know in South Africa we always sing ole ole when the haka comes on, but it is very cool when you can hear it. And I just think that the spotlight just added so much ambiance on it. And obviously Rico Ioane led it so well.
No, it was beautiful. Yeah, it's like the haka's. It's not just like it's obviously you're laying down a challenge, but also it's a sign of respect towards other teams, which is quite cool. You won't only do it on the rugby field, but you'll also do it for a birthday or someone's getting married. So it all comes it means a lot to our country and the Māori people as well. Laying that challenge for the rest of the world to see, which is quite cool. Yeah,
well, it got me excited and pumped for the game, and it looked like it got the Welsh boys excited because it was a pretty good match in the end. And I think that's where we're going to start over in the Principality for Wales versus the All Blacks. Beforehand, it was a bit of a foregone conclusion, but Wales gave it a really good go. What did you guys make of it?
Yeah, I thought they gave it a really good go. I was a bit worried there in the first half. I think
3 points at one point.
3 points at one stage. And they gave it to us. And credit to the boys as well. Like they really put it down on us. I was sitting up in the stand. I was like, oh no, is it going to be a replay of like the last week? But yeah, we came away in the end. A couple disallowed tries as well. So, but yeah, I'm happy with the result. Eventually coming away. I think it was 52-26, the final score, was it?
Do you know what?
Yeah.
I mean, was it 56?
Oh no, 52-26. 52-26 was it? I'm pretty sure we paused it.
Manawa, I haven't got it written down here in my notes, so we won't dwell on that. But did you catch it, Kooks? Did you enjoy that one?
I did. No, I really did enjoy it. I think with Wales, it was very cool to see them putting in a performance like that. And I think we want, World Rugby, I think we all want Wales to be good again and sort of to play well again. And, I think we enjoyed the scares. And I thought for the All Blacks, I was like, oh, geez, this can't be happening again, like, especially for the England game. But I think for the All Blacks, for me, what I enjoyed, I'm sure one of you agree, it's it was a tough week for the All Blacks, not for the England game and all the talk, and it's been quite negative. And for them to sort of bounce back and also being put under a lot of pressure, they actually sort of came through the pressure. Guys, to see Ruben Love getting a game, he was very good. Severis, I mean, that sidestep, that was unbelievable. But it was a very good game, and Now it makes me just a little bit nervous of Wales this weekend to see what they're going to do. Like, I mean, if they fronted up against the All Blacks last week, it makes me a little bit worried about what they'll do on the weekend.
Yeah. Well, I think for me, the two standout performances from the Welsh boys, Tom Rogers.
Yeah, amazing.
He made history.
Yeah.
He's the first ever Welshman to score a hat-trick against the All Blacks, and only the fourth man in history to score a hat-trick against the All Blacks, which also just goes to show how incredible the All Blacks are and have been for generations.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's been 72 years since.
Yeah, it's been a long time. A long time.
But yeah, he had an amazing performance. Some nice tries there, on the wing. It was good to see. I love rugby, so like, it was nice seeing the opposition come fight back and, you know, give us a good run for our money.
Yeah.
Which is good.
And we got to talk about your boy Wallace Satiti. He was the player of the match. His sidestepping, his carries, they're amazing to watch, aren't they?
Yeah. No, he's definitely had an amazing season, coming back off a hard injury last year, but he cemented himself in that All Blacks back row.
And Kooks, you did touch on it there. There's been a lot of talk about, are the All Blacks dropping? Do they need to be concerned? They have won 10 out of 13 tests this year. What are your thoughts on it? Do you think they're just kind of had a couple of off games? Is there promise? What are you thinking about the All Blacks at the moment?
It's funny with the All Blacks. I mean, most sides will take 10 out of 13 wins in a season, and they'll be smiling. I think the All Blacks, you know, they'll always be compared to the great era and the history of the All Blacks have. And, you know, I think for me, like, despite they've had injuries this year, you know, and, you know, there was no Bonham Barrett on the weekend. I mean, Scott Barrett's been in and out as well. So they have had injuries and they found a way to cope with it. I think the frustrating thing for them is probably the big losses. It's not been like when they haven't turned up, it's been big losses like South Africa and Wellington, and then against England a couple of weeks ago. So I think that's the frustrating part. So I just think also, like, the world everyone still wants to catch up with the All Blacks. The All Blacks is still the game you want. It's still the game that the guys you want to beat. You know, in South Africa, as much as, you know, France is here and Ireland's there, for us the be all and end all is still playing the All Blacks. And even when we were down in the dumps, they were they still wanted to play us, and they actually wanted us to improve. So I don't think they've fallen off just yet. I think obviously the standards have been so high for so long. I still think there'll be a massive threat. Richie Mo'unga comes back next year. That changes everything as well. So I think they'll all get better. I think again, but all eyes on them. For me, it's more with World Rugby. For them, it's all the other sides have gotten better as well. You know, England sort of come up, Ireland's there as well, France is there. So it's no longer the All Blacks pulling away. It's just like everyone's sort of on even playing field.
Yeah, I feel like the rest of the world are getting better. You know, we're up. I think there was a ridiculous winning streak we hadn't lost in 2 years, and it was almost like
Wales
boring to. It was almost boring to watch the rugby, because like it was just like win, and like every game was a win. Like we wanted, like, I don't know, I felt like that, but when someone else, I can't remember who beat us, it was probably South Africa, like, oh yes, like we finally got beaten. It was getting a bit boring after a while.
Crazy. I can't imagine that.
But I feel like the world rugby in general, like definitely the Northern Hemisphere teams are getting a lot better and more competitive. I feel like rugby's at its peak right now with the competitiveness. You know, one team's not performing this week, another team's performing this week. Yeah, it just depends who turns up on the day and wants it more, really.
Yeah.
Which is lovely to see. It's good for the game.
It makes it more exciting. Well, we're going to take it from Cardiff to Dublin, which was kind of teed up for one of the games of the weekend. Ireland, South Africa. Yeah. What a game for all sorts of reasons. It was just all over the shop at points. Ireland had 12 players on the pitch at one point. Now, Kooks, I'm going to throw it over to you. Go on, talk to us about your boys.
I mean, it was a scrumming masterclass, to be honest with you. I think that was the foundation. You know, I think with the Springboks in South Africa in general, we take great pride in sort of physically outmastering the opponent. And I think going into the Ireland game, I think that's what the Boks wanted to do. And I think we're still hurting from their loss we had last year in Durban. Obviously, we wanted to win that series 2-0, and then we sort of earmarked this fixture. You can see the Springboks, they wanted to sort of physically their dominance. I mean, the scrum was fantastic. I mean, at a stage, I did feel sorry for Ireland. I was going, well, you can't send more players off. Like, it's scrum time. Like, I don't know what the ref's actually going to do because it's, I mean, and for me, I must say credit to Ireland. Sort of at the end, they sort of, because and most sides could just rolled over in that second half, and as well as the Springboks were playing, and it could have been 30, 40 points, but they sort of still stuck in there. But I think the hardest thing on the Springboks at the moment is our scrum is our cheat code. I mean, it's, you know, when Rusty sort of takes off 2 props with 2 minutes to go and they win a penalty try, it's almost going like, listen, you got to find a way to stop us. So I mean, our scrum it's actually unbelievable what we're doing at the moment. I think when we knock the ball on, we're like, that's fine. We'll win a penalty and we'll get the ball back. That's what it feels like for the Springboks at the moment. And yeah, I did feel a little bit bad for the Irish pack. I mean, at the wrong place at the wrong time.
Yeah, I mean, it says so much about that South African front row, because the entire Island front row are not just incredible world-class players. They are literally the front row that were playing for the British and Irish Lions. And they just kind of got pulverised by them. It was quite mad to watch. I couldn't believe it.
I just think also, like with us, what we have right at the moment, you know, I think we know the scrum sort of sets the foundation for everything the Springbok wants to do. So, I mean, Italy that's why it was so surprising. Well, not surprising, but Italy did well to win a few penalties against the Springboks, sort of make the game close. I think Italy's still probably kicking themselves or going, we kind of threw away a great chance of beating the Springboks last week, because so many sides can get that sort of scrum dominance. They found a few ways to sort of work our scrum. And so the game on the weekend with Ireland, if our scrum that dominant, it just becomes really, really hard to stop the Springboks. I mean, like, you look at Eden Park when we played against the All Blacks, was the sort of scrum parity. Yes, we maybe won 1 or 2 penalties, but once the box win 5, 6, 7, there's not much you can do.
Yeah. And we've got to talk about the South Africa being number 1 in the world. And people were kind of like, oh, Ireland's are going to take it to them. They didn't really. Who do you think in the Northern Hemisphere is kind of closest to South Africa now who could maybe beat them?
Oh, I don't know. Like, you get France on a good day, they're good.
Yeah.
Like, but in England,
Well, I mean,
say like
England
all. I'd say just all like, well, Ireland as well. I don't know. Yeah, who do you think?
I think France for me. I think if I had to rank, I think in terms of level of fear, it's France. You know, you look at the score a couple of weeks ago. Kind of, the Springboks was so great in closing out that game. But that 50 minutes after the second half, and the Springboks were sort of hanging on by a thread. France had a few chances, 2 better passes. I think Damien Pennell scores 4 tries instead of 2, and then it's a different ball game. You look at, you know, the World Cup quarterfinal as well. It's also similar. The stakes, the margins are so small between France and the Springboks at the moment. And I think for also the Springbok fan, what fascinates us is what's happening with England. Obviously, 11 wins in a row. We can't wait to get Henry Pollock down to South Africa. And playing them, I think, next year in the Nations Cup, it's going to be exciting.
The first game is South Africa, England, out there in South Africa. So yeah, that'll be an interesting one.
I mean, South Africa, England, it's always a massive game. I think, but now with I think England's going to have a very good tournament next year. But I think that one for us, that's the big one. As a South African fan, you're sort of looking at that one and going that they're coming down here. How good are they? And also, I think because I do think they'll have a big say come 2027 in the World Cup. So I'll probably say France and England.
France and England. Well, speaking of France, we're going to take it over to France for France-Australia. And the old Wallabies really gave it a good go. I mean, what a game, guys.
Yeah, I think it was more like, the score didn't reflect the game. The Wallabies had some good moments in there. But then they just came away too strong. France came away too strong in the end. But it was a good, hard battle out there. I thought both teams played really well. And I think Australia just, maybe they're coming to the end of the season. They've had a really long season, obviously, and they're a bit burnt out. But, not to say next year, I think they'll come back again.
Yeah, I mean, what's really interesting is Australia made more meters and more turnovers than France. Wow. And France just took all those opportunities and just were that much more clinical. A mention's got to be made for Ramos. He's the first French player to reach 100 points in a calendar year. It's pretty impressive, isn't it?
No, he's very good. I mean, he's outstanding. He was good against us, against Springboks as well. And also, you know, Louis Bilbari. I don't think anyone told him that they already given the trophy to Malcolm Marx because it felt like he was playing to make sure.
He put it in a good show.
It's good to show. I mean, he was fantastic. But again, I think Australia's season this year has been daunting. You know, Lions tour, then from there straight to South Africa, and then Players World Cup, and then you got England, you got Ireland, you got France. It's a tough tour. It's a tough season, and the injuries they've had as well. So I think for them, I thought as the game went on, I'm like, oh, their legs are gonna go, and then France, I think, got stronger and stronger. I'm very happy that Springboks got France in their first game and not this weekend. So, but no, I mean, it's so weird with the Wallabies. I mean, they had a good middle of the season, and then sort of like you can see, and they kind of fell away at the end.
Yeah,
because they ended up beating South Africa.
Don't remind us. I was in Johannesburg.
They're coming back. I think what Joe Smith's doing, he's now just rotating younger players coming through, so it'll be interesting to see what happens next year with them.
Is there an argument, what do you think, guys, that Ramos is maybe the best fullback in the world?
That's a tough one. Well, I mean, Will Jordan's in the team of the year. I personally think that Ramos is the best fullback in the world. I mean, ball in hand is fantastic. Got an incredible boot. I mean, I say that because I think Will Jordan's better at 14 than he's at 15. But I think the way Ramos is operating now is operating on a different level. I think there's not many 15s that's come close to him. I think he makes the game look so easy as well. I mean, that French backline is stacked, and you sort of just stand out like the way that he does. Sort of feels like he's sort of taken that mantle of that Dupont behind 3 injuries. So I think Ramos for me is the best 15 in the world.
Yeah, I could probably agree with that as well.
I'm
surprised. I know, Will Jordan's good wherever you put him, I think as well. But just the way he handles himself on the field. He's not a big lad either. I think he's only like 85 kgs, but what he can do, he's very clinical in his kicking and his running game. And Will Jordan will look good on the wing. He'll be scoring them tries, and Ramos will be setting them up.
It's in his contract at the moment, Will Jordan to score a tries on the field.
We got our first disagreement with Will Rugby there. Sorry, guys. So we're going to move it over to Italy, and it was the first time Italy have ever played Chile. And what a game. I was so impressed by that Chilean side. Did you catch it, boys?
Yeah, I did watch the highlights of it. I didn't catch the full 80, but they gave them a good run.
At one point, there was only 1 point in it.
Yeah.
Really impressive.
It's exciting. Their rugby's come a long way, so I mean, it is great to see them sort of feature in the coordination series, and that's how these sides sort of get exposure. We want to see these tier 2 sides getting more exposure. And even for a side like Italy, it's also great for them to sort of play against these sides. Obviously, a lot of fans really thought it would just be a momentum build. We'll draw them over. But Chile came to play. Kind of shows that they actually need more exposure, need more game time.
Yeah, I mean, they're 70th of the world. They've qualified for the World Cup. So it's exciting to see what they can do between now and then. Shout-out's got to be said for Ange Capowatsu. What an amazing player.
I think he's about to, even he makes Thomas Ramos look big. No, but Ange Capowatsu is incredible. I mean, in both ball in hand is absolutely dynamic. I mean, that guy, I don't know how he gets through the gaps that he gets through, and also he's not afraid of running into the big guys as well. And somehow he just slithers through him. But you probably say him and like Will Jordan is up with the Colbies are probably the 3 guys you don't want to see with ball in hand running at you.
Yeah, I'd say the same as well. Like I saw like just a little clip of him. And just the way he sweeps and out, he just makes it look easy and effortlessly.
He really does.
Yeah.
Now, one of my favourite moments from that match was actually the jersey swap at the end with Ioane and Grafilic really struggling to get that top off. But they gave it a good go and they got there in the end. That's what we love to see. Now, we're going to take it across to Scotland. 56-0 in the end. Between Scotland and Tonga. What did you guys make of that game?
Yeah, Tonga, I don't think they spent a lot of time with each other, to gel as a team. But they'll get better. They've got some good players in there still.
They're just so physical, aren't they? Yeah. I'm always just like, oh my gosh, they're huge. They're insane.
Yeah, the Tongans and the Samoans, they're the ones you don't bloody want to run into.
No, you don't want to mess with them.
And the Fijians as well. But no, I think they've still got some work to do. But that's not to say that next year they're going to be a different side. Yeah, and also here it's worth mentioning Inisi 24 tackles, so he put in quite the shift there for Tonga.
That's my yearly tackle game.
I don't know if you're going to say yearly or average then. I was like, blimmin' hell, why are you South African team?
No, definitely yearly. I mean, someone's got it harder than the wing.
Yeah, and also it was so beautiful to see at the end. I don't know if you saw the clip of both the Tongans and the Scottish guys doing that joint prayer, which is just, it's beautiful to see, and we just love to see people coming together in the name of rugby. We love it. And the final mention has got to be had for Duhan van der Merwe. He is currently the top try scorer for Scotland. He's another one. Give him the ball. He loves to score a try, didn't he, guys?
No, he's a
Isn't
beast
he,
of a man.
Isn't he South African?
Yeah.
Don't tell the Scottish that.
No, he's been absolutely brilliant for Scotland, you know, and it's just also a natural born finisher. I mean, he's not a small boy as well. I mean, I think, you know, it's a pity. Obviously, would love to have played more in this coordination series, but again, he lives in the try line. I remember the try he scored against England a couple of years ago, where he basically just runs and then people just fall off him. And his game has improved so much. You know, his aerial skills have improved. He's been a lion a few times, and I just think it's just congrats to him. I mean, to break that record. I mean, it's a record that's been there for a while. So I mean, all kudos to him. And no, we don't claim him. We claim we'll claim about 5 of those tries.
It just means you're supporting Scotland if they're not playing South Africa, right?
100%.
Well, we're going to take a hit to the Allianz Stadium now in Twickenham. What a game, guys. Argentina, England. England obviously ended up winning, but I thought it was going to be a repeat of their match the previous week against Scotland. What was it? Not a few minutes to go. They get that line out 5 meters. I was like, it's happening, but England still managed to beat him.
Just managed to hold on. I think for me, I know Manawa was here. I think it's a slightly more impressive win than the one against New Zealand, because in terms of England made quite a few changes and it sort of tested their depth. And they're playing against a very good Argentinian side who came here motivated. And I thought, like, this is going to be so England to beat the All Blacks and the next week sort of go back down and sort of like, they fell apart now. But for me, lots of changes made. Shows their depth and going, we can go back to back and also give other guys a chance and show that our squad is actually getting so much better because Argentina were very good, especially in that second half, and they were able to hold them out. So I mean, if you're an England fan, I mean this campaign has been fantastic. I mean, 11 wins in a row. It's still 11 wins in a row, no matter who you play.
And I think Argentina are just one of those teams where, you know, you got to keep your wits about them. You know, they've topped over the big dogs this year. Like, they've topped over the All Blacks. They've topped over South Africa as well. But England brought it to the game, and I thought the number 12 Max had an amazing game. The wipers kick to the wing, and the offload, you know, straight under the post. Yeah, he had a beautiful game. It was lovely to see some, you know, fresh new faces in their squad. Well,
we've made it through all of the games from last weekend, so it's now time to look at our Northern and Southern Hemisphere leaderboard. Guys,
it's good for us, Manawa.
I know, it's not good for you. The Northern Hemisphere, you lost, guys, you losers. So it's actually, Southern Hemisphere, it stands 10-7 to the Northern Hemisphere. The deflation in the room, I feel like I should have told you that last. 10-7.
I must have seen like a couple of weeks ago that we were winning. It must have been a couple of weeks ago.
They have taken it. So that does mean that no matter what, even after the game this weekend, unfortunately, the Northern Hemisphere, they have won. I hate
we did our part. You know, Springbok. We won all our games. We won for this weekend. Last year we won all our games as well. It's all you want is for Argentina, Australia. Guys, can you help us out?
Let the team down.
But like you saw in the last World Cup, the rave about the Northern Hemisphere gonna smash the Southern Hemisphere, and 3 of our teams were in the top 4.
Well, I think this is the interesting thing about it is you look at that, and the Northern Hemisphere have won 10-7 to the Southern Hemisphere, but then you look at the World Cups, and it's like this. That's the big occasions. It seems to be where they're performing. I wonder what will change next year with the Nations Championships. Whether
it becomes interesting. I think, but one was right. I think you probably say 10 years ago, even probably let's say 6 years ago, it was the North, the South kind of looked down on the North. We always just sort of we'll just roll you over. You go there and then you guys come. Whereas now that gap is definitely pulled. I think even last year, I think the North won more than the South. Yeah. And it just proves for us in the South that it does become hard to win up here. And it's becoming harder and harder each year. The sides are getting better. England's getting better. France is improving. Ireland's improving. Scotland and Wales hopefully will come back. Like Italy rolling over Australia. I think, so things like that. So I think for us in the South, we eventually to come and do well and sort of win this Quilter Nations series as well. But next year becomes very interesting now, the Nations Cup, because now this has come down to us, and we want to prove a point and going, listen, no. you guys want to go rule the roost here 10-7. When you guys come down here, we want to be the ones that sort of. And I think it builds a nice little rivalry now. Come Nations Cup, because we all be counting like, I got to watch the All Blacks in the morning because we need that. We need that win.
We need that win. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, also it's still quite close, 10-7, and it isn't over yet. We have one more game this weekend, South Africa, Wales, so it could end 10-8, guys. A miracle may happen. It might be 11-7, but we shall see. How excited are you for this one, Kooks? Is it the first time you've been to the Principality?
First time.
Oh, is he going to have a good time?
That's amazing. Yeah,
that's amazing.
The atmosphere is unreal. Yeah, I really loved it. It was my first time going to Cardiff as well, so it was really cool to see how much the people get behind their team, the support. Yeah, it was amazing.
The question is, did you end up your night on Chippy Lane?
No, I didn't.
Do you even know? Did anyone tell you what that is?
The streets was that busy. I had to just go home after the game.
Fair enough. Well, if you end up on Chippy Lane, you know you've had a good night, and it's like basically a whole street of chip shops, and it's like fluorescent lights.
Oh, really?
And you see some sights on it, I must admit, but you know you've had a good time. So, Kooks, if I see you there, I know you've had fun.
I'll be looking out for Chippy, but I can't wait. I mean, it's one of those stadiums that it's so iconic, you know, having watched it on TV, you play on video games, you see the Principality, and obviously you want to hear the anthem, you want to see the guys sing Bread of Heaven. So I'm very, very excited to be going down.
Yeah, well, shall we have a little look at the lineup? I think we're going to look at the Welsh lineup first. So yeah, Wales are without 13 players who played last weekend because they've returned to their clubs, and it's 8 changes they've made to this lineup. So anyone there that's worries you a little bit, Kooks?
I mean, Dewey Lake, I thought it was very unlucky not to be a Lion earlier this year. I mean, Plumtree and Sia Khaleesi had a big go at each other during the URC. So very excited to say. I mean, and Aaron Wainwright is an absolute workhorse. So I think the loose trio battle. I mean, Aaron Wainwright versus Jasper Wiese is going to be good to watch. And I mean, Blair Murray is also someone that, I mean, from the back there, he's going to be a problem. So again, like, I think it is a very young Welsh side. I mean, 13 guys out, and I think what scares me the most is all these guys, they've got nothing to lose.
Yeah.
You know, no one expects them to to beat the Springboks, the world champs. So, but they can go out there and make a name for themselves. Like you mentioned, Tom Rogers last week. Imagine one of these guys goes out there and put on a performance, or this team puts on a performance, and they can be Welsh heroes. So again, it's world rugby, and everyone's probably looking at them like, oh, it's an easy win for the Springboks. But I just, again, down at the Principality, you know, anything can happen.
Yeah, and change obviously there with Dyer's come in and Ellis Mee has come in, 2 different wingers. Ellis Mee, he got his first cap against Ireland in the Six Nations last year, and he put in such an incredible performance. So if he can do that again, it'll be really exciting to see what he can do. I must admit, though, I was having a little look at the replacement. So apart from Sheedy and Thomas, the rest of the bench, they have 7 caps between them. How insane is that? I mean, it's exciting for them. Yeah. It means that we'll be able to see new players and they get like a really good go. But I suppose when we go to look at the South African team and then their bench, I think there's going to be a real contrast between the replacements. I mean, look at that there. That bench is stacked with world-class players. I
mean, Evan Estebeth alone with his, he's got close to 140 caps. Yeah.
It's kind of crazy. But it's what's mad to me, again, is South Africa's the same. It's quite a lot of changes, but you look at that and you know all the names, you know all the players. It's just such a stacked team, isn't it, guys?
It's just depth. And also, obviously, and I think the big one is 7-1. A lot of people going like the Boks are trying to be extra physical, but the Boks don't have any backs left.
Well, because I got to ask you, what happens? Yeah. What's your plan? What do you reckon Razi's thinking? A winger has to go off, the fullback has to go off. What are we doing there?
So he's mentioned, you got Quacker Smith over there. I think, I mean, having Seven's background, he can probably sort of fill in the back line. Or, I think I won't be shocked to see maybe, like one of you. I think Quacker is the hybrid in there. I mean, people forget that he did 7-1 in the World Cup final. And that was without a scrum off. So he had Villaroo there. So we essentially played with 1 scrum off. So, but also Reinach is unbelievably quick.
It's also his 50th.
50th, yeah.
So it's really exciting.
So Reinach can fit in anywhere. You got Moody who can play centre as well. Willemse can play 12 and wing, and so a lot of guys that are in SJs and can play flank as well. So a lot of guys can fill in everywhere. So Reinach will probably cover scrum off and will probably scrum off and fly off possibly, or maybe on the wing, and then you can have Quagga Smith covering all three flank positions and a wing. So.
Yeah. Do you think that's how the game is now kind of evolving, that you aren't necessarily a forward or a back, and you actually really have to be a bit of a hybrid player to get these spots in these teams?
I think for South Africa, I think if you're certain size, you're going to be able to scrum. I think, Manawa, I'm sure you're going to find yourself in the back line and scrumming at the same time.
Yeah. I've dabbled in the back line and dabbled in the forward, so yeah, I guess so. But yeah, I'm really excited for this one. Yeah, a lot of young players. Moody on the wing. I think he's had an outstanding season, so it'll be nice to see him with ball in hand again.
And Feinberg and Ngomazulu, he's had a brilliant Nation Series as well. And was it you saying earlier, Kooks, he's only 23?
About 23, 22, 23. You know, it's exciting. I mean, he's our wonder boy at the moment. No, he's playing unbelievable rugby. You know, the confidence level that he has at the moment. It's just so great to watch. And I think, you know, South Africa, we've been lucky with fly-halves. I mean, we've got Andre Pollard sitting on, and Marlon Bachman available this weekend. I mean, they're on club duty. And then to have Sasha stay behind, it's, no, we're very lucky. I mean, even if he had to go off, you can move David Williams at fly-half, was an absolute prodigy at school. But as a fly-half, and I was moved to fullback. So, no, he is sensational to watch.
Yeah, well, I'm going to ask you for your predictions, but later in the show, we'll come to it. I think I know what definitely one of your answers is going to be. But before that, we are going to talk about the Team of the Year, which was announced this week by World Rugby. If you guys had a little look, there are 7 nations that are represented. There's 2 All Blacks. There we go, Manawa, shout out. Yeah. 2 from England, 2 from Australia, 1 from Scotland, 1 from France, and 1 from Ireland. And then, big drum roll, please, 6 South Africans. In a weird way, I'm surprised there's not more, if I'm being totally honest with you.
Just have the whole 15 in there, I think.
So, to start things off, we've got Oxenche, then we've got Malcolm Marks, Thomas Dutoy, Maro Itoje, Ty Byrne, Peter Steph Dutoy, Tom Curry, Harry Wilson, Cam Roygard, Sasha Feinberg and Ngomazulu, Louis Biel Beret, Len Ikatau, Hugh Jones, Cheslin Colby, and Will Jordan. That's pretty impressive. 15, isn't it?
No, it's an absolute stack side. I mean, I think everyone's quick to talk about the omissions, but you look at that side. I mean, guys have had a fantastic year. I mean, I think as a South Africa, we're just very happy for someone like Thomas Dutoy, who sort of nailed down the number 3 spot, and we've seen how good he's been for Bath, and now he comes with the nationals, and now to nail a spot down and being the Team of the Year just shows how well he's gone about it.
And I know we touched on it earlier. We kind of agreed that you think Ramos is the best fullback. So are we disagreeing then that Will Jordan? So
I'd still have Will Jordan in the team.
So who would you replace? Would you replace Colby?
I wouldn't replace. Yeah, I wouldn't replace him either.
So, this is where the issue comes.
Luis has to go then.
Oh!
No, if you're having that, if you're gonna have Ramos on there, I'm gonna replace him.
I'll make the big call.
So you would go not LBB, and then.
But he's an amazing player as well. So but Will Jordan, he just makes stuff happen like out of nothing. Like, I don't know.
I tell you what, the people who were having to decide this had a real tough job, didn't they?
Yeah.
Oh, no, it's not a fun way to spend an evening.
The forward pack though, I probably. Are we talking? Can we talk about the forwards yet?
Yeah, of course we can.
I have my guy Adi Savia. I think he deserves a spot in there. Just what he's done for like not only New Zealand rugby, Pacifica rugby. Going to a Moana Pacifica team, which is not, it's a brand new team, and what he's done there has been amazing for, the Polynesian people. And a lot of people were writing him off this year, like, oh, he's not going to play as good, but he got Pacific Player of the Year in New Zealand. So I think what he's done in that aspect, and he just turns up day in, day out, and puts 100%, and I think. He's unlucky to not be on that list. That's my thoughts anyway.
So who would? Go on. Who are you taking out? How are you doing the shift around with this?
Because Adi can play 6, 7, or 8.
That's the problem.
I'll probably have an 8. I mean,
I would put him 7.
But I like Peter Steph Dutoit because he's just
Absolute workhorse.
He's a workhorse.
Yeah.
I'll probably have
And he goes
Peter
and
Steff
block.
at 6, Ardie at 7. I mean, when Tom Curry at 7, then Ardie at
Okay.
8.
Yeah.
Because when Ardie's double out at 8. I just think also with this list, I mean, every year you could probably have Peter Steff in, Ardie in, Will Jordan in, and then DuPont comes back from injury, you put him in. And then you just build the team from there.
Yeah. So are we going to say that by and large we agree on this team of the year, guys?
I mean, I'd obviously 12 South Africans, but I mean, again, we've got to give everyone else a chance.
Who would be those 3 other team members then? If it was 12 South Africans.
The kid guy, Rassi, just
He's the water boy sometimes.
A guy who can light the braai, you know.
And do you know what? You probably would still win. Okay then, guys, the time has come. We are going to set your prediction picks for the South African-Wales game on the weekend. Now, Manawa, I'm going to come to you first. Who do you think is going to win?
South Africa, yeah. No
So
doubt.
straight in there. You didn't even build it up for me, Manawa.
It could go either way, though. I don't know. I wouldn't underestimate Wales at all.
The heart
Yeah.
of Wales.
But
Go on,
nah.
Kooks.
Ah,
We're going South Africa.
No, going with South Africa. I think it'll be South Africa by about 20. I think we'll pull away late. Yeah, I think our bench will probably be the big difference. Like you just mentioned, there's guys besides Cardiff, Chile and Thomas, and there's guys with 7 caps between them. Compared to Ebenezer coming back on, Bongi Bonambi he's got close to 80 caps. So I think our bench will sort of pull us through. I think it'll be Springboks. I think it's just about around 20-25 points.
Yeah, well, as it's our last episode of the series, I don't usually do this, and because I am the resident Welsh woman, I'll give the boys a shout out, and I might say Wales are going to take it. So there we go, 2-1 to South Africa. And if you think you can do a better job than the boys, then head over to our Q&S game zone and set your predictions for this weekend. And don't forget to check out our player ratings feature, where you can rate the top 3 players for each team after every game. Right, well, we're coming to the end of the show, guys. But before we finish, I just want to look ahead to the next big tournament in our calendar, the Guinness Men's Six Nations. Now, as 2 guys from the Southern Hemisphere, how much do you guys love the Six Nations?
I'll be honest with you, I haven't watched a crazy amount of
Blimmin'
Six,
heck, man.
but now I have a reason to.
I mean, I love the Six Nations. I mean, South Africans will hate me, but my favourite rugby player is Finn Russell. So I mean,
Oh my gosh, Murray is going to be so excited by that.
So,
Our
I mean-
producer Murray's Scottish and he loves everything Scotland.
So I mean, it's always a chance to watch White Chocolate, as I call him. It's always a chance to watch. I mean, I believe every year it's going to be Scotland's year. So I feel my producers of his pain, but I love the Six Nations. I mean, just the rivalry and obviously like the singing, the anthems, and it's just such a great showcase. And it's in Feb, it's in our summer. So I mean, we sitting by the pool or going to the pub and you're watching.
So different to us, shaking.
Yeah, shaking or watching a bit of rugby.
And who is it in the Six Nations, the Northern Hemisphere team, that you think are the best?
That's tough. I still think it's France. I mean, they are the defending champs.
I'd say the same. France. They're just, I think they can tip over any team. They've shown it through the years. Yeah, I think France is going to take it next year.
And I think what's really exciting is in Six Nation tournaments gone by, Italy have never really competed, but they are really showing up. They obviously won against Australia a couple of weeks ago. They are quite an exciting team. They've beaten Wales now quite a few times. So I think it's going to be interesting to see how they do.
Yep.
Also could potentially beat Scotland.
I think so.
So it's all to play for, I would
It's all
say.
to play for. I think every year we always go, this Guinness Men's Six Nations is going to be the best one, and then the next year comes, like, oh, this is going to be the best one. But this year it's all stacked. I mean, like you mentioned, Italy is looking really, really good. I think Scotland, it's going to be interesting to see. I mean, some of the optimism as they had sort of this year's Six Nations, everyone was very positive, and now it's been a tough year. And then England, I mean, they're looking good, but I don't know. I think Italy's gonna shock a few sides next year. I can't wait for us to do our rankings. I think they're gonna make a few big calls. I think Italy's gonna have a very good Six Nations.
I mean, Manawa, you mentioned France there, but the elephant in the room, DuPont will be back.
He's going to be some problems. There's going to be some problems there with him steering the ship. Yeah, I think, with him back, who knows what's going to happen. I think, they'll definitely, not definitely, but I think they're going to give the teams a good run for their money in the Six Nations next year.
Yeah, and as a South African, does he scare you, Kooks?
He scares. He petrifies me.
Yeah.
He is incredible. I think South African fans are still saying he hasn't done it in the southern hemisphere. I'm happy he doesn't come down the southern hemisphere. The further he stays away from us, the better, to be honest with you. But no, he scares me, and I think to have him back as for the game, it's going to be great to see him in action again. And that French side gets even better now.
Yeah, it does. Well, I tell you what, I think it's time for us to ask you how you think that table is going to look at the end of the championship. So we'll start off with 6 and we'll go all the way through. I tell you what, we'll do one at a time. So Manawa, I'll come to you first. If you do 6 to 1. So who do you think, unfortunately, is going to take that wooden spoon and come in 6th?
I think Wales, unfortunately.
That's fair enough, don't worry.
Still got to go to Cardiff.
Yeah, remember where you're going tomorrow, okay? And then what do you reckon for 5th?
Who do I got left? Maybe Italy. Italy at 5th.
Yeah, 4th?
I'm going to say England.
England?
Yeah.
Really? Oh my gosh, interesting.
Who do I've got left?
So you've got Scotland.
Oh, no, actually. I'm going to go Scotland.
Scotland.
Yep.
And then you've got France, Ireland and England left.
Then
so
I'm
who's
going
going 3rd?
England. And then Irish. And then I go
And then
France.
France taking the win.
Yeah.
Grand Slam, do you reckon?
Grand Slam.
He's going all in Grand Slam. What about you, Kooks?
I've got Wales, unfortunately, at number 6. I need to hide in Cardiff.
Don't worry, they're a lovely bunch of people. They'll be understanding, I promise.
I've got Scotland 5th.
That's
Italy,
interesting. Ooh.
I've got Scotland 5th, Italy 4th, Ireland 3rd, France 2nd, England Grand Slam win.
Yeah, to be honest, I think I would go. If anybody wants to hear my opinions.
Yeah, let's have yours.
I think when I was thinking about it, I would go Wales 6th. I was thinking as well, Scotland 5th. To be honest, I think I'm matching with you. No, do you know what? No, I'm going to go Italy, Scotland, Ireland, France, England. That's what I would go.
Oh, I love that. I really think that as much as I love the Scottish, I do think Italy will roll them over next year.
I mean, the fact that it's Scotland, Italy in Italy, I actually do think that does swing it Italy's way. You've only got to look at their performance they put in against the Wallabies. Yeah. And I think if it wasn't home and if it wasn't for that crowd, I don't know if they would have won.
Yeah, and also they got the draw they had this year against France. I mean, the game they should have won. It was the draw. That shouldn't be tough for them. I just think there will be one surprising result, and I think it's going to be. It's either Italy beats Scotland or Scotland finally breaks that hoodie against Ireland. But they will be a big shock.
Or you never know, Wales may beat France.
Well, they beat France. But one thing I'm standing on is England. I got England Grand Slam, and it's going to be tough for them to win in Paris. But I think I've got England getting the Grand Slam next year.
And I mean, it's worth mentioning the absolute crescendo of the tournament. England-France in Paris is the final match on Super Saturday.
I mean, it'll be great if it's set up if both sides are unbeaten. So the Grand Slam, tournament on the line, it feels like a final.
The finale.
For all the other teams, can you just allow that for us at least?
I wouldn't be surprised if it happens. I can't see that happening. You know, I think for me, those are two standout sides coming out of this Quilter Nations series. And then all roads lead to Paris.
It's going to be a good one. Well, I, for one, cannot wait. And it's not that far away either, guys. It's only around the corner. Well, that's it for the show. We finished. We made it through. Did you guys enjoy your first ever Scrum Believable experience?
It was amazing. Yeah, this is my first time on a podcast, so I really enjoyed it.
Oh, there we go.
No,
How
I
about you,
loved
Kooks? You hanging on in there? You're not falling asleep on us?
No. Even the jet lag of being 2 hours behind on South Africa might catch up, but no, I loved it. It was unbelievable.
Brilliant.
Well,
Well,
Scrum Believable.
Kooks, I did that on the first episode and they shamed me for
Really?
it. They were
That's
all like,
good.
oh, we can't believe you did that. How embarrassing. There we go.
Scrum
My kind of
Believable.
guy. You'll
like that.
find yourself saying it a lot now, just like, oh, that's Scrum
Scrum
Believable. Brilliant. Well, thank you so much for joining me, guys. Also, a huge thank you to all of our previous guests and all the players who've dialed in throughout this series. And most importantly, a massive thank you for you to tuning in. Don't forget to scan the QR code so you can choose your picks for this weekend's game. We'll be returning in January for the start of the Guinness Men's Six Nations for more new predictions, familiar faces, and of course, rubbish chat. See you then, have an amazing Christmas, and we'll catch you in the new year.
There you go.
Guys, we did it. I did it.